What's up, guys? So, today I was thinking that after more than 2 decades of LEGO Star Wars, we really have never gotten a lot of sets that I think that a lot of fans are asking for. So, today I compiled a list of the top 10 sets that LEGO has never made and should make. This list is based on my opinion, but also the opinion of other fans um, around the community. I've been seeing that people have been asking for some of these sets for quite a while now. So, of course, the pictures that I will be showing of these sets aren't real Lego sets, they're just mocks from other people in the Lego Star Wars community. So, of course, I'll be giving credit to those mock builders. So let's stop talking and let's get on to the list. And as always, like and subscribe for more content. So at number 10, we have the ETA class Jedi Shuttle. This is a ship that appeared quite a couple of times in the Clone Wars with our main characters Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka using it a couple of times during the show, but we never really got a Lego set. We did get a Lego set from the T6 Jedi Shuttle. That set that included the Sassatine and Shakti minifigures. So we did get that Jedi Shuttle, but we never got this other Jedi Shuttle that we see a couple times in the show. So I would say that LEGO needs to create this ship because it is. I think that it is quite a fan favorite, and of course, you gotta do justice for this ship because it does appear quite a few times in the show. So just as the other Jedi Shuttle, they should include this one also. And as for minifigures, well, as the set says, it should include a couple of Jedis. I mean, maybe a new exclusive Jedis from the Clone Wars that we have never gotten, but we could also get, the classics Obi-Wan and Anakin, Ahsoka, or any other cool Jedi figures. At number 9, we have the Imperial TIE Reaper. Now, if you're not familiar with this ship, it's because it's quite a new design that was made for Rogue One. However, it wasn't used so much in the movie, so not a lot of people recognize it, but it actually is a pretty cool ship design in my opinion, and I think that it should definitely be a set that LEGO should create, also because it will be appearing in the new LEGO, not LEGO, but the new Star Wars Squadrons game. I think that will play a major role in that game. So this ship could definitely appear as a set from that video game, and it could include some of the main characters from that video game as well, Imperial pilots, or I don't know, any other kind of special new character from that video game. Definitely a really cool ship design, and I think that LEGO should actually release a set of this ship. In number 8, we have the UTAT. Now, this is a really cool Clone Wars vehicle in my opinion. It is like an ATT without its legs. This was a ship that we saw in Episode 3 on the scene on the Battle of Megiddo, where Ki-Adi-Mundi was killed in Order 66. It is a ship that we haven't really seen too much in the Clone Wars and any other Star Wars content, but definitely a really cool ship design, a really cool vehicle, and I think that it should definitely be created by LEGO, especially because a lot of fans love this ship and a lot of mock builders have created it. As for minifigures, it definitely has to include those really cool looking Galactic Marines, as well as including that Clone Commander Bakara. It would be really cool, and obviously include Ki-Adi-Mundi in there. But definitely a really cool vehicle that I really hope that LEGO creates someday. Number 7 is the Octopi Tri-Droid. Now, we did get a version of this in the 212 Clone Troopers Battle Pack, but it was the smaller version. However, there is also a bigger version. We actually do see this droid in Episode 3 as well, during the Battle of Megiddo, fighting against the Clone Troopers. In fact, one of these actually does destroy the UTAT that you see on that scene. And you also do see it a couple of times in the Clone Wars show as well. It's a really cool droid in my opinion. We have never gotten the big version of it from Lego, just the smaller one, and that small model wasn't really that cool. So definitely Lego should release this aside the UTAT, make it like a versus set, base it from episode 3, of course, maybe include some other Galactic Marines and droids, or you could actually base it from the Clone Wars show. In season 7 we actually saw this set, and we saw this droid, we saw it again in season 7, so definitely will also be a great opportunity to probably include some clone troopers in there, and maybe as well as phase 2 Commander Cody, figure that is really wished from the Lego fans, but Lego still neglects to give it to us for some reason. But definitely a really cool set and droid that Lego should make in the near future. At number 6 we have the Providence class dreadnought. This is a very famous separatist ship. The most famous one is called the Invisible Hand, which was basically General Grievous's capital ship in episode 3, which was the one that was landed in Coruscant, that Anakin and Obi-Wan crash landed in Coruscant. So getting a set from the ship would be really cool, either as a play scale version or even a UCS version would also be really cool. I mean, we already got the Malevolence set a couple of years ago, so, and that ship of course is very similar to this one, but it's a very different kind of ship. So definitely we know that Lego is more than capable of making a set of this kind, so it would be really cool to maybe get a UCS version of it, since the Separatist vehicles don't really get UCS versions of them for some reason. It would be really cool to get one of the Invisible Hand. So at number 5 we have the MC-80 Home 1 Cruiser. This is a very popular Rebel capital ship that we saw in episode 6. We did get a big set that was based on the interior of this ship a couple of years ago, but the ship itself, we have not gotten it ever. So I do think that Lego really needs to get on and do a set of this really cool ship, either of course as a UCS set or as a play set. I would much rather prefer getting it as a UCS set. A lot of people also would want to see this set as a UCS one, since Rebel capital ships don't really get the UCS version, let's say. I mean, we've seen the UCS Imperial Star Destroyer and the Super Star Destroyer, but we don't have anything to counter that as a UCS set. We only have gotten, Y-Wings, A-Wings, X-Wings as UCS sets, so definitely getting the Home 1 Cruiser as a UCS set would be really, really cool, and I really hope Lego does end up doing this set. I do believe they will end up doing it. At number 4, we have a favorite of mine, the Stinger Mantis from the Jedi Fallen Order video game that came out last year. This is a really cool ship design, and I really want Lego to create this ship. I would also love to see the minifigures that would be included in it, and of course Cal Kestis, the main character, should be included there with some sort of mini version of BD1. Seer, of course, along with Grease, and of course we should also get a minifigure of the second sister, the main antagonist of that video game. I'm a really huge fan of Fallen Order, so getting a Lego set from this video game would be really cool, especially because in the past we did get a Lego set from the Force Unleashed video games. So I definitely see that it is very possible from Lego to create a Lego Star Wars set based from a video game, especially since that video game is really good and a lot of people love it. I think that doing a Mantis Lego set would be really cool to see, especially because of those minifigures. So at number 3 we have the Night Brother, which is Darth Maul's personal ship, Mandalorian ship. This is a really cool ship. It is basically the same Mandalorian style ship that we see in the Clone Wars a couple of times, only that with the red markings that resemble Darth Maul. We did see this ship on the Son of Dathomir comic a couple of times, as well as I think we see it also a couple of times, maybe in the final season of the Clone Wars, one of those episodes I can't remember. It is also seen on Rebels and definitely other Star Wars medium where Darth Maul is included. A really cool ship, and a ship that I think that a lot of Lego fans would love to have right now, especially because we just saw season 7, so having Darth Maul's ship would be really cool. And we already got the actual, the Death Watch version of this ship a couple of years ago, so Lego is pretty familiar with this design. They would essentially just need to basically recolor that ship and maybe change some of the features and updated the model. Then again, I think that we would also get really cool minifigures. We could also get Darth Maul version of season 7 Darth Maul, and maybe also an Ahsoka included there, along with one of those Darth Maul Mandalorian commandos we see on the show as well. Maybe even include a 332nd Ahsoka clone trooper, perhaps. I definitely think that this is a top 5 set that Lego should create. It's a really cool ship design, and getting those kind of minifigures would be really awesome from Lego. Number 2 is a really fan requested set that for some reason Lego has never done it, which is the Geonosian Arena from episode 2. This is a set that I think that very recently has had a lot of fan outcry, because it would in fact be a really cool set. I mean, we already had sets like the Hoth Rebel Base, the UCS version of it, and also the Ewok Village set, which were these huge sets, play sets or UCS sets, which included tons of minifigures. Definitely I would see the set under that same category. Of course, it would include a huge build of the Geonosian Arena, along with the 3 creatures that Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Padme are basically put to fight against with on that movie. We would also get a ton of minifigures, of course the obvious ones being Anakin, Obi-Wan, Padme, as well as Count Dooku, maybe a new cool version of Jango Fett, along with the other Jedis that appear on that scene, maybe include Yoda, Mace Windu, and some of the other Jedis, as well as some couple of clone troopers and a couple of battle droids would be really cool. So I definitely do think that this is a very fan requested set, and is a set that Lego should create as a big playset, very similar to those that I mentioned previously, the Ewok Village and the Hoth Rebel Base. Could also be done in some way as the Bespin Cloud City set that we got also a couple of years ago. Definitely a set that Lego should do. And of course, before number 1, we do have a couple of honorable mentions that I think that are also sets that Lego should make. However, I think that they are not as important as the top 10 Lego sets that I mentioned previously. First of all, we should get a First Order ATST, but a proper First Order ATST set. I mean, the one that we got a couple of years ago, you guys remember that set, the infamous set? Yeah, that wasn't an ATST, that was some sort of horrible monster with 2 legs. So I think that Lego should definitely create some sort of First Order ATST, and even though I'm not a huge fan of the sequel trilogy, I still think that it's a really cool version of the ATST that Lego should create for the fans of the sequel trilogy. Next up, we had the Imperial Zeta class shuttle. This is a ship that was created also for Rogue One, kind of like a cargo ship that we see a couple of times in the movie. Really cool Imperial ship. I think that Lego could recreate it very well, and I think that a lot of fans would appreciate it. And it was really weird that we actually did not get this set when those Rogue One sets came out. So definitely Lego should create this set as well for those Rogue One fans. Next up, similar to the Home One cruiser, the Nebulon B frigate Rebel ship should also be recreated as a Lego set, maybe as a UCS version as well. A lot of people love this ship from first seeing it in the Empire Strikes Back. Would be a really cool set to get as a UCS version, or at least as some sort of a mid-model design, mid-scale design. The ship has a really unique design to itself, and I think that we should definitely get a set from Lego. Crab Droid also deserves an honorable mention. This is a really cool droid that we see a couple of times in the Clone Wars show as well as in the movies. Lego has never created a crab droid in neither of their sets, so definitely should be included in some sort of set. Maybe not make a crab droid specific set because the figure is kind of small. The crab droid is kind of small, so maybe include it in some sort of battle pack. Perhaps maybe it was one of those battle pack builds that we get, or as a part of another set. Maybe include a crab droid with the tri-droid set, for example, or something like that. But we should definitely get a version of the crab droid from Lego. Another very requested Lego set is the Naboo Royal starship. We have only gotten the Naboo fighters, the yellow ones, but we have never gotten the chrome starships from Naboo. And maybe it's because of those chrome pieces that Lego is really hesitant to make, because of course they're more expensive to manufacture. But it would definitely be a really cool set to get as maybe a very limited version of it, a limited edition to get. Of course, it's quite a big ship. It's definitely bigger than the Naboo fighters that we normally get. So maybe also make it as a UCS version or just as a play scale version, honestly. But I definitely do understand why Lego has not gone on to create this set because of those chrome pieces, since the ship is completely chrome in color. But definitely there's a lot of fans that would love to see this ship created. The final honorable mention is the Republic Acclamator, a really cool ship from the Republic. It's basically like the Venator's little brother. Of course, we already got a Venator play set a couple of years ago, so definitely an Acclamator set is very possible. Make it either a play set or a UCS version of it. Lego should definitely get around to create this set. There's a lot of fans that would be willing to pay for the set, so it's a really cool ship and Lego should definitely create one. And finally, number one, a set that for some odd reason Lego has never created, the Jedi Temple. This is such an important piece of architecture for the prequel trilogy, but for the Jedi in general, but Lego has never gotten around to create a Lego set for the Jedi Temple, not even for the interior of it for some reason. Definitely there's tons and tons of fans that are requesting this set either as a play set or as a UCS version of it. It would be really cool to see a UCS version of it, as kind of look like those Lego architecture sets that we have gotten, kind of like that version. Something like that. It would be really cool to see. Or you could just easily make it as a play set and have an interior to it with the Jedi Council room and the Jedi Library. It would be really, really cool to see. And of course, it would also be a great opportunity to include some really good exclusive minifigures, such as the Jedi Temple guards, perhaps also Jocasta Nu, which is the Librarian Jedi, maybe other exclusive Jedis as well, as including Yoda in there. But definitely this is probably the Lego Star Wars set that Lego should be prioritizing and should create as fast as possible, because definitely the Jedi Temple, it's a really, really important part of Star Wars, and it's really crazy to me and a lot of other people that Lego has never created it. So there you go, Lego. Come on, give us a Jedi Temple. So that's it, guys. Those are the top 10 sets along with their honorable mentions that Lego has never made and should create. These Lego Star Wars sets that should definitely be created as soon as possible. Please, Lego, give them to us. Of course, do remember, guys, this is my opinion and also based around the opinion of a lot of other fans. But then again, your top 10 list can be very different to mine. Definitely comment below what you think about this top 10 list, and as well as what are your top 10 sets that Lego should create for Lego Star Wars. As always, guys, subscribe, like the video for more content. See you later, guys.